immigration law is, to me, more complicated than tax law, and that is something to say.
Trump was the only president in our history who came to office using immigration as his trump card. And he kept his promise. He remained one of the most aggressive administrations on immigration. Trump, in the 4 years of office, issued about 450 executive actions on immigration. And that was seen as an activist presidency on immigration. In the first 6 months of the Biden administration, 155 immigration actions have been taken. I don't want to do the math here. That would suggest to me that he is going 3 times the rate as Trump, which was considered an immigration presidency on steroids. The Trump administration, to me, was defined by one thing more than any other thing. It was a statement issued by ICE Director Tom Homan, once saying that every unauthorized person should be looking over their shoulder every day. Biden reversed them on day one. It can be said with one stroke of pen, he reversed the priorities and he said, immigration priorities of this administration are only going to be high criminals or recent arrivals. MPI calculations suggest that 87% of the unauthorized population today have nothing to worry about enforcement. That means ordinary status violators who are not criminals can leave their home in the morning and be reasonably sure that they can come home at night and see their kids, which we could not guarantee at the end of the Trump administration. All the attention is on the border because there is a crisis at the border. In July of this year, the numbers have come, we believe about 200,000 people were apprehended at the border. That is historic high since 2005.
The Biden administration put an end to the MPP program. However, the wind down of that has proven to be a lot more complicated, unnecessarily so, and slow. And a lot of people are really concerned about what's happening with unaccompanied minors. Just going up to the port unaccompanied by themselves are frequently turned away. That's not to say all of them are turned away, but they are turned away with alarming frequency.
So why do you feel things are so chaotic at the border? Do you feel that the Biden directives focused at the border have failed to help with the situation, or is there anything good that has come with this last 6 months?
I think a positive for the last 6 months is obviously the ending of MPP and the beginning of processing for those with active cases who have been impacted. But I believe the policies of the Biden administration have largely failed at the border.
Can we talk about the green card backlog a little bit? I mean, there is a huge backlog in giving green cards at the moment. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. The backlog in family-based that is really so insurmountable as if there isn't a green card available. If you're a United States citizen and you've petitioned for your unmarried son or daughter who's an adult, 21 years or older, that is a 22-year backlog. So you file that today, and potentially that person can get a green card in 22 years. The other set of backlogs relates to employment-based cases. For Indian workers, means they would have had to apply for green cards through employment, depending on their level of education, either in June of 2011 or July of 2013. So 8 years in a backlog for an individual with a bachelor's degree that a U.S. company wishes to hire and put on and provide residence for and give stability for.
What do you think is happening to the public support for immigration reform? Is the crisis at the border eroding that?
Yeah, I think the good news is that most Americans think immigration is a good thing. And it'll probably come as a surprise to many of you. Here, the country has radically changed in the last 20 years. At the end of the 20th century, majority of Americans did not think immigration was a good thing. I think the numbers were like less than 40%. Today, about 60% of Americans think immigration is a plus for the country.